Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video. This is an open carry report for October 16th, 2025. If you're new to the channel, I just do these videos where I talk about my experience with carrying a firearm openly in the state of South Carolina. It can apply to other states. I've been to North Carolina as well as Georgia. I'm doing the same thing, but as right now, primarily I talk about South Carolina. So I had a couple of times I had to go to Advance Auto. My wife's car, her Honda CR-V, has been acting up. We thought it was she's having ignition issues. We thought it was I thought it was the ignition switch. I thought it was the ignition switch relay, and I thought it was the battery. So I'm working my way towards it just being the starter. So I had to go to Advance Auto a couple of times, to pick up stuff and then do returns because I got a part I didn't need. So one time I was there, and I'm openly carrying my 1911 in the Serpa holster. There was a guy there. He saw it and he said, "Make you think you keep it cocked." And I said, "Yeah, I keep it in condition one." That's how I carry 1911, carried in condition one, cocked and locked, one in the chamber. And he was saying that he's not used to, he's not really used to seeing people carry. And I said, "Well, I do it because I want it to be like an educational tool to show people that this it's a right that they have. It's a responsibility worth taking up." And is and a firearm is nothing to be afraid of. And he said he could respect that. He said that he typically carries concealed, but he said he said I made some pretty good points. Promoting open carry. And I gave him a business card, with my company on it. And I thought it was cool. And I had to go back there another time when I was waiting for. I think I was trying to get a battery. Now my truck needed a battery too. I have two batteries for my truck, and one of them was good, the other one was dead. So I think I was there to get a new battery, and I was waiting, the main counter I was at was empty. The lady behind the counter, she had to help another customer. He apparently got a car. He has I think it was a Mitsubishi. The battery terminals had to be in reverse order because the battery, you couldn't just turn the battery around; it wouldn't fit. So he had to look for another battery that would fit his car. So she was in the back helping him. And there was another lady. She was helping. The lady behind the counter. She helped another customer. And so an older lady came in. I'm standing there in the same attire, same holster, same pistol. And she came in. She came to the front door. Now she could clearly see me standing at the counter, standing close to the counter. And she walked in. I guess saw me, and and then she backed. She backed out. Now I was concerned whether did she back up because I was carrying. I signaled to her through the window. I said, "Oh no, someone's in the back. They're coming out." So I was trying to try to get her to wait, and she kind of just walked back to her car and just kind of just stepped outside the car and watched. I'm still waiting for the lady to come back. I'm still waiting for the sales lady to come back. And she got back in her car and sat there for a minute and then just took off. Now it could have been she didn't want to wait. It could have been she didn't want to wait. She figured she'd go to another car parts store. But I suspect this. I think I frightened her. I think I frightened the lady out of the store. Which I have no. Obviously, I didn't intend on doing it, but it's just if it happened, it happened. That won't deter me from carrying openly in the future. But it could be something else because again there was another sales lady behind the counter helping someone else. So I don't know. It could have been she probably thought I was robbing the place, or she could have thought or she could have just been uncomfortable around firearms altogether. Who knows? Maybe if I see the lady one more time and I get a chance to talk to her, I'll ask her a few questions. But aside from that, I'm trying to think. I had to do a job out of town one Saturday, and I was dog tired after that. So I went to Denny's on the way back home, and the waitress, she was very very bubbly, and I think it was just her personality, and she made note of my pistol, my 45. She said that she's a medical student, and she said she wasn't sure, she should be afraid to try to beat me up, cause in mind she's, I mean, she could maybe 5'6", but again she was joking around, She couldn't think she could beat me up because of my pistol. I said, I don't know. You could get you if you had a knife, you can get to me pretty quickly. It's happened before. You know, and it's just kind of just playful conversation like that. And so I've had many opportunities where a conversation was very lighthearted. A lot of jokes were just told just because I was carrying a pistol on my side. But I can see that was probably the one time I could think that was someone actually got frightened and walked it and basically left the store and went and got in the car and rolled off. Could have been because I was carrying openly, but who knows? Like I said, if I see her again, I doubt I will in the city. If I do see her again, there's no harm in me asking if that was the case. Well, that's my video. Oh yeah, tell me if you ever had a situation like that where you may think you scared someone away, whether it been someone who wasn't a threat, maybe just a bystander. You just scared them. You kind of scared them off because they saw the gun you had on your hip. Leave a comment in the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to help out with the channel, go to my homepage on YouTube. Look for the PayPal link and the Cash App link. All donation amounts are appreciated. Any gripes, complaints, send me a PM. I'll see what I do to address them. That's my videos and the open carry report for October 16th, 2025. I'm Edward Jones. You guys take care, be safe, stay strapped, and God bless.